the holes drilled last night, got the post put in this morning, got them dug out, and post put in, and now I'm getting ready to set everything. So here we go. Go between the main corner posts, and that provides support for the fence to pull against. There are many ways that you can build a fence. Some of you will do it differently than this. That's totally cool. They actually sell these little brackets that I'm going to be using. You can actually get a saw and you can cut posts and everything, but I like these. They're pretty simple, and so far over the last 5 years they've held up just fine for all the fence we built. So what they do is they just come in and you just take your screw gun, boom, 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 do it on the other side, cut the log to length, put it in here, and then drill everything into it. So let's get started on that. Here's a lesson. Never, ever, ever throw away fasteners. Get a bucket, put your fasteners that you don't use into that bucket, because you will use them. Can never have enough fasteners. Oh, it fit perfectly. Oh, that's never happened. Woo, happy dance. Oh, thank you, mate, man. Appreciate that. That was cool. Okay, so as you see, I got the cross member in here. Some of you might be thinking, hey, Jeff, not the same. And my response again for those just getting into fencing and stuff, fencing is like one of the worst things you have to deal with on a homestead. It is a necessary evil. You have to have it. And the very first time I put fence in, I remember how exact I was trying to be. And I had all this fence, 20 acres worth of fence to do. That's quite a few miles. And cross fencing and everything. And I put it all in myself with the help of family and friends, of course. But I tried to make the holes perfect so I didn't have to cut. That's just a waste of time. That's what they make chainsaws for. So I get everything in, I get it close, try to get the right depth as close as I can, get it good enough, and then go through and I cut everything out to height and measure it. And that way it actually follows the terrain real nice. So now I got to go in and put the other cross member in, and then we'll be able to actually put up the fence. Here we go. Okay, second cross member's in. Now it's time to actually bring some fence out here. Feet. Yeah, it's like 5 feet. I'm like 5 feet short. I had this leftover fence. I had thought it was going to be enough, so I didn't go to the store and buy some more, and I was 5 feet off. So, time to drive into town and lose an hour and a half. Okay, so I went back to the junk pile, and I actually found enough lengths of the fence so that I don't have to go into town. So yay! But what I do have to do, and I knew I was going to have to do this anyway, is I need to weave them together. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on that. So this is like one of the most useful tools you can have. This is a fence tool. It's got a hammer on it, kind of a chisel you can pull nails out with. It's got wire cutters on both sides, and it has a grip for pulling nails and other stumpy things out. So I just gotta trim these down and then weave these two fence lines together. like about field fence is it's pretty easy to work with. What I've been working on here is stripping back some of the cross members. You can see they're missing here. And that's so I can wrap it around the post, and that's how I secure the first end. To do that, you just got to trim out the sections here that you don't need. There we go. And then start cutting the other members. This is a piece I had previously used on another project, so it's kind of stretched. That's okay. It'll do what we need it to do. Just shows never throw anything away if you can still use some of it. Okay. Now, with these things, I tend to try not to throw them in the dust. Because they get covered up in dust real easy and then you lose them. I've already lost one. This is my second pair. And I definitely recommend red handles. It's a way that you can find them easily. So now let's get this put up. Okay, so I got this end secured. Let's go down to the tractor and let's get it hooked up with a chain and pull some tension on this. Alright, so I decided not to put the gate here, and instead I'm going to go ahead and pull the field fence taut and actually connect everything in here. So this is my field tensioner, homemade. It's just two 2x6s with through bolts through them and some screws. I grab the chain on both ends, hook it to the bucket. In this case, I'll be pulling forward. Let me show you how the fence tightens up. All right, so now I'm going to get on the tractor and I'm going to start pulling tension. In your view, watch the fence as it tightens. It's good enough. Now we can start tacking it up. Okay, so we got all the fence tacked up. Came out pretty nice. And now I need to actually secure it to the end here. Let's get started on that. Okay, so I got the fence in, and now we actually need to go measure all the tops, get the chainsaw, cut them down to the size, and then put the barbed wire on top. Almost there.